I am Dustin Chase here with the cast, or some of the cast from Everybody Wants Some. It's Richard Linklater's new film, and you may not recognize these guys just by looking at their face, but after I tell you who they are, you're going to know who they are. First is Tyler Hoechlin. You probably remember him when he was about this big.
Hecklin.
Say that name right, Hecklin.
It's an annoying.
I just call him Hoshlali.
But you remember him from Road to Perdition, and we're going to try to see if he'll talk a little bit about the 50 Shades of Grey sequel in a couple of seconds. And I know you know this guy, Ryan, from...
From I mean, you might know me from, Spotify, some eHarmony.
You're going to remember him from Boys Next Door, The Boy Next Door with Jennifer Lopez. And then you've probably seen Blake on Glee.
I know I have.
So you know all these guys, but we're here to talk about their new film with Richard Linklater. Now, what were you guys doing when the Boyhood stuff was happening? So Richard Linklater's at the Oscars. Had you already filmed? Were you filming?
We were in the process of filming.
At the Oscars, I think we had all come back. Did we all come back?
The Oscars for sure, yeah. But the Golden
back.
Globes, we were...
All that stuff was going on.
Yeah.
So it was fun. It was exciting to be a part of it and to kind of, I think we were actually probably more excited about it than Rick was. Rick just was so focused on, shooting this film. And I mean, that's just kind of what a great leader he is and how excited he was to do this project, which was fun. So, but yeah.
That's got to be exciting working with somebody who's out there winning stuff for the last thing he did. I mean, that's got to make you guys excited, right?
It's pretty cool to feel it all overlapping. He had just shot Boyhood, and this is the next thing following that up. So it's kind of cool to feel him like going into one world and out of the other and stuff.
So Everybody Wants Some is set in the 80s. It's filmed in Texas. It's really kind of Richard Linklater's experience with the 80s in college. I mean, you guys are a little bit younger, though. What did you learn about the 80s maybe that you didn't know before you went into this? I know Richard does a lot of research and wants to embed the film in the time period.
I learned that the shorts were short and manscaping was necessary, brother. You know what I'm talking about. Come on, bro. Yeah.
Well, there's a pretty interesting scene of Tyler. It's kind of like the homoerotic shot in the film of him on the couch with the arm up. Yeah.
Shows the old belly button.
Yeah.
Oh, that was meant to be lazy.
Yeah.
Everything else was sitting watching a soap opera.
So, okay. So is anything you guys learned about the 80s besides the short shorts that you didn't know going in?
I mean,
There was no high-fiving. There was no high-fiving and no drinking games. I found that
Yeah.
interesting.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I love what the women wore. Yeah. It was
Yeah,
incredible.
they should bring
I
back the
loved,
women's clothing.
Loved
in the
learning
80s.
how to dance disco. That was pretty fun. That was like a new adventure for all of us. That was
A lot of
cool.
pelvic thrusting.
Yeah.
But this is definitely, I mean, you said you like what the women were, but there's not a lot of women in the film. There's basically one lady. It's a guy's movie.
Yeah.
I mean, is this like the 80s version of like the American Pie series that we saw in the 2000s? I mean, no.
No, this is his own little thing, I think. It's just a look into somebody's life and kind of get to enjoy, each character you meet. So it's more so about just like feeling in the moment and living in the moment.
So, I mean, Richard, especially in Texas, is, I mean, world-renowned. We call him Richard. I feel like I've interviewed him so many times. I should call him Richard Linklater. But what was your biggest takeaway working with him? I mean, what was when you came away from that thinking, I'll use that forever in my career?
Yeah.
You go for it.
No,
I'm just going to say how much he trusts the people that he works with and how collaborative he is. I think going into this, I at least thought that, Rick is a legend and he knows exactly what he wants. But to come in and work with somebody who's so encouraging in wanting you to create and wanting you to be a part of the process, that's something that is incredibly inspiring and something that I now know as an actor is a great feeling to have, is a trust from your director. So, I think all of us have aspirations to write and produce and direct someday, so that's, I think, something we're all going to take and kind of run with.
Yeah.
Yes.
What Tyler said.
So, last question, filmed in Texas audience here. What was the coolest thing about filming and being in Texas for this shoot?
I mean, everything. I don't know if we could pinpoint just one. Yeah.
The music,
The culture,
Yeah.
it was awesome.
Yeah.
I'd never been to Austin before or Texas alone, so it was pretty cool to get to live there for a few months.
The
and kinda
live music
check out
was
the vibes.
incredible too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we went to a couple jazz places and got to
We
see
went to ACL.
great music.
Yeah, we went
Oh,
to ACL.
That was
Yeah.
fun. Yeah,
Oh,
we got to
yeah.
experience that. That was
Barton
cool.
Springs.
Yeah.
I never went there. Oh, man, I want to go.
So, Tyler, tell us what you can about the upcoming 50 Shades of Grey sequel. I know you're going to be in
He's
two of
the
them.
lead.
He's the lead.
I am in the 50 Shades of Grey sequel. That's what I can tell
That's
you.
all I can tell. Well, thank you, guys. Everybody Wants Some opens this weekend in theaters, and go out there and see Richard Linklater's new film.